good evening, and 100,000 welcomes to the first virtual Cabaret convention. Tonight, a world of cabaret. And now, the artistic director of the Mabel Mercer Foundation, K.T. Sullivan.
In 1989, Donald Smith conceived of a time in October when singers from around the country and the world would convene in New York City for an annual cabaret convention. Now we're able to present more performers than ever in our first virtual convention. You may remember a young Australian singer in those early days at Town Hall. He was a baby then, but now he's a big star in his home country. I'm delighted to introduce from the Sydney Opera House, Tim Draxl.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us as we hop around the world tonight. My name is Tim Draxl, and I am talking to you from the Joan Sutherland Theatre, a very empty Joan Sutherland Theatre, right here at the Sydney Opera House in Australia. It is such a huge honour to be part of this year's New York Cabaret Convention and to continue Donald Smith's legacy of bringing the world together through the wonderful art form of cabaret. Of course, cabaret can take on many forms and embodiments, and as we navigate our way through these very difficult and trying times together and realise just how closely we are all connected, I think it's only too fitting that this year's New York Cabaret Convention move with the times and be a virtual one. It has been 10 years since I last performed a cabaret show in New York City, something I plan to rectify just as soon as we're allowed to travel again. And exactly 10 years before that I performed for the first and only time at the New York Cabaret Convention in 1999 when it was at the New York Town Hall. Now, I have no recollection what I sang that night. In fact, the only memory I have, and it's a very vivid one, is of my musical director, Chris Denny, straightening my tie just before we walked out onto that stage at New York Town Hall. I also remember what I was wearing. It was a long black velvet jacket down to the knees, the things you remember, but fond memories, romanticized over the years, I'm sure. From the first time that I ever performed in New York at 88, to Don't Tell Mamas, to the Firebird Cafe, to the Algonquin Oak Room, but memories that I will cherish for life. But on with the show. So the song that I want to present tonight was recorded right here on this very stage at the Joan Sutherland Theatre with exactly the same empty auditorium. It was recorded in May earlier this year at the beginning of the pandemic when we were faced with a very new and quickly changing world. It was part of my set that was presented as part of Sydney Opera House's virtual cabaret season called From Our House to Yours, and it's still available online on the Sydney Opera House website if you want to check it out. This is a medley of two songs. The first is Willkommen from Cabaret, the show, and the second is Mac the Knife, which is sort of an homage to my early childhood of growing up in Austria, but you'll see what I mean when you hear the number. So again, thank you so much for letting me be part of the New York Cabaret Convention this year. I'm so honored. I hope you enjoy the number. From all the way across the pond, as they say, from here in Sydney, Australia, we wish you all the best. We send all our love. Stay safe, look after yourselves, until we see each other in the flesh again. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Fremde, étranger, stranger. Hello, stranger. Glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté, enchanté, madame. Happy to see you, bleibe, reste, stay. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome to Cabaret, this Cabaret, our Cabaret. Meine Damen und Herren, Mesdames et Messieurs, Ladies and Gentlemen, guten Abend, good evening, bonsoir. Wie geht's? Comment ça va? Do you feel good? Ich bin euer Konferencier, I am your host und sage Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome to Cabaret, this cabaret, our cabaret. Hello, all you lovely people at home. Thank you so much for watching. At least I hope there's people watching. If not, I definitely know my mum's watching. Hey, Ma. Please welcome these amazing three gentlemen behind me. On the piano tonight, and our musical director for this evening, Mr. Daniel Edmonds. And on the double bass, Mr. Nick Sinclair. And on the drums, Mr. Andy Davies. Und der Haifisch, der hat Zähne und die trägt er im Gesicht. Und McHeath, der hat ein Messer, doch das Messer sieht man nicht. An dem schönen blauen Sonntag liegt ein toter Mann am Strand und ein Mensch geht um die Ecke, den man Mackie Messer nennt. Now there's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, with a cement bag just a drooping on down. Oh, that cement is just, it's there for the weight, dear. 5 will get you 10. Old Mackie is back in town. Did you hear about Louis Miller? Oh, he disappeared, babe, after drawing out all of that hard-earned cash. And now McHeath, he spends just like a sailor. Tell me, could that boy do something rash? I said, Jenny Diver, oh, Sookie Tawdry, Miss Lottie Lane, yeah, and old Lucy Brown. Oh, that line forms on the right, babe, now that Mackie is back in town. I said, Jenny Diver, oh, Sookie Tawdry, look out, Miss Lottie Lane, yeah, and old Lucy Brown. Oh, that line forms on the right, babe, now that Mackie is back in town. Look out, old Draxel is back.
Good evening, New York. Man, I miss you guys so much. I'm so excited to be a part of the first virtual cabaret convention. Can you believe it? Thanks, Mabel Mercer Foundation, for all that you do for this amazing music. We're coming to you from the beautiful Sound Mind Studios on the historic South Side of Chicago, and I'm joined by David Scott on guitar. This is the perfect night for me because it was not long ago that I was introduced into the amazing world of cabaret by the one-of-a-kind songstress, Miss Ann Hampton Calloway. Excuse me, I just dropped a name there. You know, as a jazz singer, I weave in and out of these melodies. That's what I do. But I never forget that it's all about the lyric. And what better maestro of the lyric than Mr. Stephen Sondheim? Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you admitted. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? one who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Oh, where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my life, no one is there. Don't you love farce? My fault, I feel. I thought that you want what I want. Sorry, my dear. Where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Don't bother, they're here. Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. Where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe next year. Good night, New York.
The Cabaret Convention has given me so many gifts in my life, and a lot of them are dear friends that I made in the dressing room, sharing makeup tips with Andrea Marcovici and Margaret Whiting and Marilyn May and Julie Wilson. But the very first icon that gave me a makeup tip was Portia Nelson. And Portia was the woman who told me to keep writing and to keep singing, and she was a heart mentor to me, and I was very honored to be able to write a song with her long ago, which has never been out of the closet until now. And I think it's a timely song for where we are right now. So, from me and Portia. Just in case the world should end tomorrow, just in case Nebraska gets the bomb, just in case you're in a mess with the IRS, lose your job, lose your faith, lose your mom, just in case that little office visit should become something more than you had planned, and the opera of your days in 100 little ways starts turning from soap into grand. Just remember that life loves surprises, and God's favorite word is wow. And today is not the day to put off till tomorrow the things you need to tell somebody now. Just in case time and space should come between us, just in case something happens to me too. Let me find the words to start and tell you from my heart how very much I'm loving you. How very much I'm loving you. Just in case.
My brother Tim is a performer who lives in Durango, Colorado. 4 years ago, he started the Jim and Elizabeth Sullivan Scholarship for young singers who live in Colorado or its surrounding states. And the winner would always come to New York and sing at the Cabaret Convention. Natalie Douglas and I go to Durango every November to choose the winner. You might have heard 3 years ago Lyric Peterson at Rose Hall, or 2 years ago Gustavo Palma from New Mexico. Last year, Alora Leonard from Pagosa Springs, Colorado. And this year, our winner for our first virtual convention has sent us a song from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Josie Foster.
Each time I look at you is like the first time. Each time you're near me, the thrill is new. And there is nothing that I wouldn't do for the rare delight of the sight of you. For the more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you. My heart won't try.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. I miss you all very much. I wish we could all be together right now and I could look out into the audience and see your gorgeous smiling faces, but it looks like we're going to have to be a little more patient. The song I want to sing for you tonight was written by Paul Simon at another time in our country's history of great upheaval and unrest. And I think music can serve as a great mirror being held up to our society and force us to take a good long look at ourselves, at our reflections, and see if we like what we're looking back at. So I say, during this time, let's cherish and support the arts. Let's cherish and support each other. And let's practice empathy and make sure that we're not only helping those who are like us, but helping those who may not look like us, who may not love like us, who may not worship like us, but we're truly helping everyone. Joining me tonight on guitar, the fabulous Peter Kalo. are weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get tough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, and if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind.
Good evening, everybody, and greetings from Rancho Mirage, which is not very far from Palm Springs, where the wonderful cabaret room called the Purple Room is. And now closed, of course, due to the pandemic. But Michael Holmes did a wonderful thing by turning the cabaret room into a factory temporarily to make masks and gowns for the local hospital here in Eisenhower. So I think it's a very wonderful thing to do. Thank you, Katie Sullivan, for making this evening virtual for the first time. It's going to be wonderful, I'm sure. And thank you for including me in this video of yours. Thank you. And stay safe. So, and in the words of from Mabel Mercer to the words of Johnny Mercer, You've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In Between. Thank you and good night.
Hi everybody, it's Jennifer Sheehan coming to you from St. Louis, home of the Blue Strawberry, a wonderful new club that features some of the very best performers from New York and St. Louis and the Midwest. I actually got to see Kate T. Sullivan and Mark Nadler and Steve Ross each perform here earlier this year. But for now, I'm quarantining and recording in my music studio, a place that I've been spending a lot of time in lately. And I think that we can all agree that if we've learned anything this year, it's that music is essential. Music heals. Please enjoy this beautiful song by Jimmy Webb.
Hi, KT, and all you beautiful Cabaret convention goers. It's so nice to see you. We're so excited to be part of this wonderful around the world evening, and we are stuck in our own little corner here in New England, in a little state that doesn't get as much love when it comes to songs written about it, except for this one. Copper comes from Arizona, peaches come from Georgia, and lobsters come from Maine. The wheat fields are the sweet fields of Nebraska, and Kansas gets bonanzas from the grain. Old whiskey comes from old Kentucky, ain't the country lucky? New Jersey gives us glue, but you come from Rhode Island, and little old Rhode Island is famous for you. Now cotton comes from Louisiana, gophers from Montana, and spuds from Idaho. They plow land in the cow land of Missouri, where most beef and for roast beef seems to grow. Grand Canyons come from Colorado, gold comes from Nevada, divorces also do. But you come from Rhode Island, and little old Rhode Island is famous for you. Yes, pencils come from Pennsylvania, vests from West Virginia, and tents from Tennessee. They know mink where they grow mink in Wyoming, and a camp chair in New Hampshire, that's for me. One more time. Yes, minnows come from Minnesota, coats from Dakota. So why should you be blue? 'Cause you come from Rhode Island, and little old Rhode Island is famous for you. You come from Rhode Island, and little old Rhode Island is famous for you. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Hello from London. Around this time last year, Katie invited me to make my debut at New York's Cabaret Convention, presented by the Mabel Mercer Foundation at Jazz at Lincoln Center's Rose Hall. Wow, it was thrilling, beyond thrilling. It meant so much for me to be welcomed and embraced by so many of the foremost vocal stylists representing cabaret. Tonight, I'd like to sing for you a song that is very dear to my heart, If Love Were All. It was written by Sir Noel Coward, who happened to be an acquaintance of my father, Bosco Holder. In 1963, Dad was a co-owner of a private supper club in Mayfair called the Hay Hill. And after the members dined, he would sit at the piano and play, and my mother, Sheila Clark, would sing. This song was part of her repertoire. With me tonight at the piano is Mr. David Clement Smith. Life is very rough and tumble for a humble deserve. One can betray one's troubles, never, whatever occurs. Night after night have to look bright, whether you're well or ill. People must laugh their fill. You mustn't sleep till dawn comes creeping. Though I never really grumble, life's a jumble indeed. And in my efforts to succeed, I've had to formulate a creed. I believe in doing what I can, in crying when I must, in laughing when I choose. Hey ho, if love were all, I should be lonely. I believe the more you love a girl, the more you give your trust, the more you're bound to lose. Although when shadows fall, I think if only somebody splendid really needed me, someone affectionate and dear, cares would be ended if I knew that she wanted to have me near. But I believe that since my life began, the most I've had is just a talent to amuse. Hey ho, if love were all. Though life buffets me obscenely, it serenely goes on. Although I question its conclusion, illusion is gone. Frequently I put a bit by, safe for a rainy day. Nobody here can say to what indeed the years are leading. Fate may often treat me meanly, but I keenly pursue a little mirage in the blue. Determination helps me through. I believe that since my life began, the most I've had is just a talent to amuse. Hey ho, if love
people are queer. They're always crowing, scrambling and rushing about. Why don't they stop someday? Address themselves this way. Why are we here and where are we going? It's time that we found out. We're not here to stay. We're on a short holiday. Life is just a bowl of cherries. Don't take it serious, it's too mysterious. You work, you save, you worry so, but you can't take your dough when you go, go, go. So keep repeating, it's the berries. The strongest hope must fall. The sweet things in life, to you we're just a loan. So how can you lose what you've never owned? Life is just a bowl of cherries, so live and laugh at it all. Well, he ain't the Pitts, that's Russell Deason at the piano. The sweet things in life, to you were just loaned. So how can you lose what you've never owned? Life is just a bowl of cherries, so live and laugh at it all. Keep repeating, it's the berries, you know the strongest oak must fall. The sweet things in life, to you were just loaned. So how can you lose what you've never owned? Life is just a bowl of cherries, so live it, love it. Wiggle your ears and think nothing of it. Can't do without it, there's no two ways about it. You live and you laugh at it all. Laugh at it
Because of artist Crystal Ibsen and her husband Bob Lovard, Natalie Douglas and I have been able to travel to Grand Cayman for the last 3 years to teach master classes in the high schools there. We found an extraordinarily talented young girl there this year, Colindra Rodrika McGarvey Sterling. And you may remember someone 2 years ago who performed at Rose Hall, who is now in her second year at the Berklee School of Music in Boston, now studying virtually from her home in Grand Cayman. Jaden Hannah.
Chapter 1. Now the first way to lose a man. You met a charming fellow and you're out for a spin. The motor fails and he just wears a helpless grin. Dump back your eyes and see, well, what a romantic spot we're in. Just get out, crawl under the car, tell him it's a gasket, and fix it in 2 seconds flat with a bobby pin. That's a good way to lose a man. He takes you to a baseball game, you sit knee to knee. He says, the next man up at bat will bunt. You'll see. Don't say, ooh, what's a bunt? This game's too hard for little me. Just say, bunt? What are you, nuts? With no outs, 2 men on base, and a left-handed batter coming up, you'll walk right into a triple play, just like it happened in the 5th game of the World Series in 1923. That's a sure way to lose a man. A sure way to lose a man. A splendid way to lose a man. Just throw your knowledge in his face. He'll never try for second base. 98 ways to go. Now the third way to lose a man. The lifeguard at the beach that all the girlies adore swims bravely out to save you through the ocean's roar. Don't say, oh, thanks, I would have drowned. Just 1 second more. Just pushes it underwater and yell, last one in is a rotten egg, and race him back to shore. That's a swell way to lose a man. You found your perfect mate and it's been love from the start. He whispers you're the one to who I give my heart. Don't say, I love you too, my dear, let's never, never part. Just say, I'm afraid you made a grammatical error. You see, it's not to who I give my heart, it's to whom I give my heart. You see, with the use of the preposition to, who becomes the indirect object, making the use of whom imperative, which I can show you by drawing a simple chart. That's a fine way to lose a man. A fine way to lose a man. A dandy way to lose a man. Just be more well-informed than he. You'll never hear, oh, promise me. Just show him where his grammar errs, and mark your towels hers and hers. Yes, girls, you too can lose your man if you would use Jaden's plan. 100 easy ways to lose your man.
Shadowlands, the leaves have fallen. This shadowed land, this was our home. The river's dry. The ground has broken, so I must go. Now I must go, and where the journey may lead me, let this prayer be my guide. I cannot stay here, my family, but I remember my pride. I have no choice, I will find my way. Take this prayer, what lies out there. yabo, Besibo, my people, Besibo.
Our next performer comes from the world of classical music. I heard him sing Schubert's Winterreise in January. But he also has a great sense of humor. So I asked him to perform for us at the Cabaret Convention at Rose Hall, Lincoln Center. And, well, instead, he sent us this from his home in Holland. Hans Peter Herman.
Thank you, Katie. Hello from Amsterdam. I'm going to sing a song for you about a certain girl from South America. And if you're wondering why a Dutch boy is singing a song about a South American girl, well, my queen, and I do not necessarily mean my husband, is from Argentina. And they say that her grandmother's neighbor's cousin went to school with this girl. Brian! Señorita Nina from Argentina knew all the answers, although her relatives and friends were perfect dancers. She'd swore she'd never dance a step until she died. She said, I've seen too many movies and all they prove East idiotic. They all insist that South America is exotic, whereas it couldn't be more boring if it tried. She added firmly that she hated the sound of soft guitars beside a still lagoon. She also positively stated that she could not abide a southern moon. She said, I hate to be pedantic, but I'm driven nearly frantic when I see that unromantic, syncopated lot of sluts forever wiggling their guts. It drives me absolutely nuts. She refused to begin when they requested it, and she made an embarrassing scene if anyone suggested it, for she detested it. Though no one ever could be keener than little Nina on quite a number of very eligible men who did the rumba. When they proposed to her, she simply left them flat. She said that love should be impulsive, but not convulsive, and syncopation had a discouraging effect on procreation, and that she'd rather read a book, and that was that. She declined to begin when they besought her to, and in language profane and obscene, she cursed the man who taught her to. She cursed Cole Porter too. From this it's fairly clear that Nina, in her demeanor, was so offensive that when the hatred of her friends grew too intensive, she swore she'd better beat it while she had the chance. After some trial and tribulations, she reached that station and met a sailor who had acquired a wooden leg in Venezuela, and so she married him because he couldn't dance. No, there never could have been a more irritating girl than Nina. They never speak in Argentina of this degenerate bambina who had the luck to find romance Thank you. I would like to propose a toast to the Mabel Mercer Foundation and to all you cabaret lovers all around the world. Right, Brian?
Oh.
Cheers.
Sure. Cheers.
See ya in Buenos Aires.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away. He will hold me fast. I'll be home at last. Not a loser anymore, like the last time and the time before. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loves me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. All the odds are in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loves me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. All the odds are in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. It's gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time. Maybe this time I'll win.
Good evening from Chicago and Davenport's Cabaret.
Tom and I decided to put together two different Rodgers and Hammerstein songs, both as relevant today as they were 50, 60 years ago.
Do you have the courage to love somebody? Do you have the courage to love? Do you have the courage to love somebody? Do you have the courage to love?
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught.
Do you have the courage to love somebody? Do you have the courage to love? You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. Do you have the courage to love somebody? Do you have the courage to love? Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk
Hi, from all of us here in warm, sunny Florida. I'm Dick Robinson, the old jock who just happens to own Legends Radio 100.3 on the FM dial right here in Palm Beach County. But we're heard around the world on the internet at legendsradio.com.
Hi, I'm Sandy Fisher, and I'm the host of Legends Ladder
that just happens to be heard every month on Legends Radio.
And I'm Izanne Fisher. I'm the co-host of Legends Ladder, but I'm better known around the station as Lady I.
And my darling wife.
You know, here at the station, our goal is to keep the music of the Great American Songbook alive and well 24/7, 365 days a year.
Now, on Legends Ladder, we try to shine the spotlight on the talented singers of today who are toiling away in all the cabaret venues throughout the world.
Well, that is when the world hasn't been shut down by a pandemic.
Yeah, but happily, one of Florida's chart-topping vocalists just recovered from a serious bout with that virus, and she's with us tonight.
She is a brilliant jazz performer who always lights up our airwaves and thrills us with her live performances and recordings.
And from her new CD, Glitter and Grits, she shows us that the world of cabaret knows no boundaries as she adds a country flavor to one of the great songbook standards.
Well, here's Deborah Silver, backed by a few musicians from the Grammy Award-winning band Asleep at the Wheel, singing her version of the hit Gershwin tune, I Got Rhythm.
I got rhythm, I got music, I got my man who could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures, I got my man who could ask for anything more. Old man trouble, I don't really mind, you won't find him hanging around my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my man who could ask for anything more. I got me some rhythm and sweet music. I got a good man who wants anything more. I got me some daisies right from the pasture. I got my man who could ask for anything more. That old man trouble, I don't really mind him, 'cause you won't ever find him hanging round in my front door. No, I got starlight, happy sweet dreams, and I got a loving man who could ask for anything more. Now I got that rhythm, I got that rhythm set. Come on, girl, I got my man who could ask for anything more, and I got daisies in green pastures, baby. Yeah, I got everything I need right now. Don't need anything more. Old man trouble, I don't mind him. You won't find him round my door. I got rhythm, I got music, I got my man who could ask for anything more. I've got daisies in green pastures, I've got my man who could ask for anything more. Oh, man, trouble, I don't mind him, you won't find him round my door. I've got starlight, I've got sweet dreams, I've got my man who could ask for anything more, who could ask for anything more. Since the day we met, I knew I loved you, and I knew I'd never forget that very day. Though years have passed, it shows that my love continues to grow. For what's next is uncertain to know. No tears, So try thinking with your heart. We'll be together again. Times when I know you'll be lonesome. Times when I know you'll be sad. Don't let temptation surround you. Don't let the blues make you bad. Someday, some way, we'll both have a lifetime before us. For parting is not goodbye. We'll be together again.
Now to close our world of cabaret, the only person I know who performs during a pandemic. She just returned from Provincetown, and she just sent us in something from Crooners in Minneapolis, the marvelous Marilyn May. But first, from her home in Ohio, the magnificent Maureen McGovern.
You're out of the woods, you're out of the dark, you're out of the night. Step into the sun, step into the light. Keep straight ahead for the most glorious place on the face of the earth or the sky. Hold on to your breath. Hold on to your heart. Hold on to your home. March up to that gate and beat it somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Be well, be safe, and know you are loved.
Put your hands together, turn your phones off, and give your full attention to the marvelous Marilyn May.
Jerry Herman again. We had the pleasure of singing this for his memorial on Broadway, at the Broadway Theater, just in February. And they asked me to open the show with what has become my mantra. This is what I believe in. Light the candles, get the ice out, roll the rug up, yeah. It's today. Though it may not be anyone's birthday, and though it's far from the first of the year, I know that this very minute has history in it. We're here. It's the time for making merry, and so I'm for making hay. Tune the grand up, dance your shoes off, strike the band up. It's today. I know every day is a winner. To me, every day is a gift. I'm sure that the very momentum of life has to move, so you'll prove that it's nifty. To me, every night is a party, and each new night it's a ball. So get out there, grab a heart and start to live, love, and laugh at it all. There is a thank you can give life if you live life all the way. So raise the roof up, pull the stops out, pour the scotch out. It's today. Yeah, we're still living, and we're well gang, still raising hell gang in our special way. So tune the grand up, dance your shoes off, strike the band up, brush your blues off. Hallelujah, it's today. Thank you. Help me thank these wonderful gentlemen. Please. David Sullenberger, please, ladies and gentlemen. Please. And Gary Rayner, our wonderful bassist. Billy Stritch, my friend for so many years. So, this is the right time to sing this song, if ever there was a time. Every night is perfect to do this particular song. But it means even more at this point in time in our lives. The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Anyone can do it. There is nothing to it. Nobody knows how we got to the top of the hill. Oh, but since we're on our way down, we might as well enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. The secret of love is in opening up your heart. Yeah. It's okay to feel afraid, but don't let that stand in your way. Everyone knows that love is the only road. And since we're only here for a while, might as well show some style. Give me a smile. Isn't it a lovely ride? We go sliding down, gliding down. Don't try too hard. It's such a lovely ride. It's a lovely ride. Life. It's a wonderful ride. Now the thing about time is that time isn't really real. No. It's just your point of view. How does it feel for you? Einstein said he could never understand it all. All the planets spinning in space, the smile up on your face. Welcome to the human race. Isn't it a lovely ride? Yeah, we go sliding down, gliding down. Don't try too hard. It's a wonderful ride. Isn't it a lovely ride? Yeah, we go sliding down, gliding down. Don't try too hard. Just enjoy the ride. It's a lovely ride. Life. It's a wonderful ride. No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. And I have learned for all you give, it's all you get. So you give it all you've got. I've had my share, I drank my fill. And even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down the other side, beyond the hill, and do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Yes, here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. When you're young, the notes are never wrong, and soon you learn that near the music you belong. Wish we could turn the years into a longer song. I'd sing it all again. So here's to life and every melody. Yes, here's to life and all our memories. It's funny how the time just flies, how love can go from warm hellos to sad goodbyes. Leave us with our memories we've memorized to keep our winters warm.
For there's no yes in yesterday, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. As long as I'm still in this game, I want to play for laughs, for life, for love. So here's to life and every joy that it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. May all your storms be weathered and all that's good get better. Here's to life, here's to love, and here's to dreams come true. May all your storms be weathered and all that's good get better. Here's to life, here's to love,